So when I was using this thing, the rear end of this drill is up to my armpit, and it's very uncomfortable. It's too tall, but it was easier to use because this thing just pulls you down through the ice. You don't have to really press down on it at all. It just goes. I love it. But still, it's really awkward. It's super awkward for me. I really don't like putting a handle on this thing. It doesn't want to stay on. And it's another thing to deal with on the ice. So what I'm thinking is I took out one piece of this. They're all exactly the same piece. It just depends on how they're rotated on the hex shaft here. So if I took that out and cut this off here, they're both the same collar. What that does is that limits me on my ability to repair the hole when this thing gets all egged out. Because you can see just from taking this thing in and out and using it, it's already wearing. So I got a big hole and I got a smaller hole on the backside just for the threads of this. And then it threads into the nut in this collar. And the only way I can see this collar breaking is if this hole gets ridiculously large and it finally tries to spin this on the hex, and then it will crack it. Or if you really over tighten this, you could probably really crack this thing. So do I want an extra one of these and an extra one of these? Or do I put this on here also, which would give me an extra 2 inches of material to do a repair with? And by the time I get the top of it on over there, get that on with the bit on, with the adapter on it to fit the drill, this here would be what I'm after. I'm trying to get rid of the length of the drill. That would make it, that's what makes it awkward, is when you add the extra height on top of it. So this whole thing is like that long. If I get it down here, that'd be better. Well, about an hour and a half later, it's done. I cut 10 inches off of this thing. And now it is at a manageable height where I don't feel like a short person. I'm short, but that was crazy because the end of this was clear up to my armpit. So what I did is I took off one section. So now I have a spare. I decided to keep the second collar. That allows me more room to repair this if this cracks or something stupid. But this tube, it's metal. This is steel. I think the Eskimo one is aluminum. That's why this model weighs more. These little set screws, this one and this collar is to just keep these from sliding up and down so far. That's all they hold. Doesn't do anything else. They are a 3mm. That's got the medium Loctite on it. The bolt that holds the adapter to this is a 6mm. And that is Loctited also. And I think I'm going to like this. I added some more stuff. It's still flexible, but it will not spin on the adapter. And I got to figure out, I'll put some red stuff on it somewhere. I got some on the cover down there on both sides, because when I lay it down, it's going to be flat like that. So if I lay it on the ice, I'll still be able to see that end of it, or this end. Not sure what happened on my test drill. where my tape went. I looked all over my coat, and it's not on my coat. It's probably in my armpit. I bet that's where it is. I'll have to look. But yeah, this is a much more manageable height. Now, it is about 2 inches above my waist, where I can hang on to the drill with both hands and not really have to struggle trying to keep the thing straight. I can keep it straight now. So that leaves me, it's about 30 inches from here to the top side of the outer edge of the blade. You can't measure from the bottom, from the point in there, because if you break through, that's not a hole. That's just a tiny hole. A complete hole is clear back here, and these blades are angled like this. So you got to measure up to the highest point. So from there to there is roughly 30 inches. I've never drilled over 21 inches ever, even up at Spirit Lake. Been doing this almost 20 years. I've never come across that. And if there's more ice than that, I'll just get an extension. I don't care. It'll be just fine. So yeah, that was not a bad modification. I was pretty surprised, though, that this was actually steel. I was not expecting that. I thought it was aluminum like the Eskimo. And I started cutting it, and it was cutting very hard. This is some hard stuff. I don't know what it is, what grade it is or whatever, but it's hard. So now I think I'm done with this. It's time to take it fishing. Next weekend, it's going. Pounding some holes. Thanks for watching.